what's up guys, my name is Ace, and today I want to talk quickscoping. As many of you will know, the developers of Call of Duty Ghosts have said that they're making a conscious effort to remove quickscoping from the game. Now, I know this is sort of old news for a lot of you, but I just thought it would be a great opportunity for me to share my thoughts and my opinions on quickscoping in general. So anyone that's been around my channel for a while now will probably know that I'm not a big fan of the quickscoping in Black Ops 2. Now, I'm going to start it off by saying that I don't feel quickscoping is overpowered by any means at all, and I have no doubt that it does take a certain amount of skill and practice to be successful with. It's not something that the average person can just pick up and suddenly be unstoppable with, and you'll definitely see that in the gameplay, which is me, a non-sniper, trying and failing at sniping. Although I was able to land a couple of good shots here and there, a couple of nice quickscopes, and a few hard scopes as well. So you might be asking yourself now, if I don't think that it's easy for anybody to just pick up and do, then what is my problem with quickscoping? My problem is that I feel that quickscoping allows people to win gunfights that they don't necessarily deserve to win, and I'm going to give some statistical proof of how I see this as unfair. Keep in mind that these are all my opinions and you're all free to your own, but I encourage you to look at the facts that I present in the video. So first up, I want to paint a picture in your mind of a gunfight. I'm sure most of you have encountered something similar to this in Black Ops 2. You're using an SMG and you come face to face with a sniper about this far away, as you can see on the screen there. Neither you or your enemy has any cover, and neither of you were anticipating the gunfight, so you both react at exactly the same time. Timing-wise, this is a 100% fair gunfight. But one important thing to look at before saying this is a fair gunfight is the intended strengths of the different weapons and how they relate to the situation. So this range right here is ideal for an SMG user, whereas a sniper rifle is intended to dominate at long range while sacrificing their short range capabilities. So in this case, the SMG user should have a clear advantage against the sniper. Now based on your experience, who wins this gunfight? And let's assume that it's a very competent quickscoper that rarely misses a shot against an equally competent SMG user who also rarely misses a shot. I'm sure your answers will vary a bit, but I bet a bunch of you would say that the quickscoper would win. And statistically, this is actually true. The competent quickscoper would win this gunfight more often than not. To prove this point, let's get into the statistics. First, let's look at the extremely important stat of time to kill. This is the time it takes for the particular gun to kill an enemy, and it takes damage and rate of fire into account. For the calculation of time to kill, we ignore the first shot fired because that's when the timer starts. So shot 1 is equal to 0 seconds. So let's take the MSMC, which is widely considered to be one of the best, if not the best SMG in the game, and it has a time to kill of 0.25 seconds at this range in the example. Keep in mind this assumes that all of the first 4 shots hit their target as well. Now, since the time to kill with this formula for a sniper rifle is technically 0, we need to look at another important value, which is ADS time, or the time it takes to aim down the sight of your gun. All SMGs aim down sight in 0.22 seconds, and the ballista, which is the sniper rifle that most quickscopers will use, aims down sight in 0.37 seconds. Just by looking at that, it looks like the SMG has the clear advantage here, but let's now combine that stat with the time to kill that we calculated earlier. Now I know this means that we're assuming that the SMG user does not hit his target until he has fully aimed down sight, but I see that as completely reasonable since hipfire at this range isn't much of a viable option, and a good player would likely aim down sight before firing at this range. So let's look at the time to kill plus the time it takes to aim down sights on these weapons. With a proper quickscope with a ballista, you're killing in exactly 0.37 seconds because you technically fire your shot as soon as your scope appears, which is 0.37 seconds. With the MSMC, you're killing in 0.47 seconds at best at this range, and this assumes that you hit the first 4 shots in a row, which doesn't realistically happen too often at this range when you consider lag. It usually takes 5 to 6 shots even for very competent players when they're playing online. Now I know what a bunch of you guys are thinking at this point. The MSMC user will be shooting the sniper before the sniper fires, so he has the advantage because the sniper will be view kicked above his head because he's being shot. The problem with that is when you're not aimed down sight, there is very little noticeable view kick, and when you're quickscoping, you're technically not aimed down sight for any time at all. Adding to this, most of the quickscopers I've seen will be using toughness, so the view kick is practically non-existent for them. This is why you can shoot a sniper 3 times and he can still manage to quickscope you as if you weren't even shooting him. So another big argument for quickscopers is if they miss their first shot, they're probably going to die. While this is true most of the time, a person that spends a lot of time sniping will hit their shot more often than not at the range mentioned in the scenario. While it does take some degree of skill to hit that shot, I find it still way too easy. I don't think it should be easy enough for these guys to comfortably take on SMGs at close range. I feel there should be some initial sway or something along those lines to make it more difficult to hit these quickscopes. From a non-quickscoper standpoint, the thing that frustrates me the most is that I can play to the strengths of my gun, I can get my shots on target before my enemy gets shots on me, and I can keep my shots on target, only to be killed instantly and with relative ease by a guy that isn't playing to the intended strengths of his guns, and he gets shot 2 or 3 times before firing. No matter how perfectly I play it, I still lose these gunfights often. So what about shotguns? I'm sure some of you are thinking that they're essentially the same thing because they also kill in just one shot, just like a sniper rifle. The big difference though with a shotgun is that the shotgun has a very small effective range, and if they get caught outside that range, they have no chance of winning that gunfight. So they're actually sacrificing quite a bit to have that one-shot kill capability, unlike the snipers who aren't limited at all by any range. So to wrap it up, I am glad they are making an effort to make it more difficult to quickscope in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I feel that quickscoping does have a place in the game. It just shouldn't be nearly as viable as it currently is in Black Ops 2. A sniper shouldn't be confident in a gunfight when they're up close against an SMG user. There should be that little bit of panic and, oh no, I hope I can hit this shot, and it shouldn't be, okay, this guy's dead, this is going to be an easy shot. So I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on quickscoping. Do you guys love it? Do you hate it? Do you wish it were easier or maybe a little bit more difficult? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.